I'm Foxy and welcome to Ragnorium, where we have a new series today on the latest planet that's just been released. So if you look up here, you can see we're up to episode 30, and if you click on patch notes, you will see that Juniper 5 has now been released. It is now available to play. This new map features 3 new mini-bosses, enemies, and a new OST. So we're going to look at Juniper 5 on the new series. I'm also considering making another kind of guide episode where I talk through how I get through the first day, which is going to be like really in-depth, me explaining exactly how and why I do what I do the way I do. I will explain it as I play through this series, but I'm not going to be as in-depth as how I would, assuming that you just explained through every little detail. So let me know if you would be interested in seeing that little guide explanation. Otherwise, let's go straight into Juniper 5. So Juniper 5 is the birthplace of Ark Empire. Right now, this planet is abandoned, and we want you to recolonize it. Okay, cool. So even though it's a new planet, we're gonna go with the same system. We're gonna have a cargo drop first, and we're gonna have 3 clones. So let's try and pick our clones. So ideally, we're looking for 2 clones to be offensive and 1 clone to be a researcher. How that breaks down is kind of up to us, but we'll see how we go. Come on, my friends. Okay, so this is the lengthy process of... Yeah, there we go. Energy consumption is always a good perk to have. Medical, amazing, because you get global healing. Carry capacity, amazing. +1 health, not that useful. Pregnancy, not that useful. Happiness, good, but not that useful. Very powerful. What is this? Prevents bleeding, good, but not amazing. No bleeding, harvesting, no augment, no augment, no augment, no augment. Okay, did I press augment too many times? Should I not have done it that many times? Anyway, so we want 1 person to be offensive. Energy consumption is always good. Like there's no world that energy consumption is not good. Global healing is okay. We definitely want global healing. I might make you my researcher, Candy. Who else do we need? Carry capacity is useful for sorting, but I don't really need sorting at the start. I need combat. So we had someone who had bonus damage. So we have Shy, Candy, and who's our 3rd person? We have people who can't bleed, which is good, but not exactly what I really want. Advanced harvesting, maybe? I'd rather have the harvester than the carry capacity. Carry capacity 35%. Increase harvest speed of all resources by 25%. So the energy, you're a good candidate. Energy, carry, and harvesting. All 3 of them are good. Who do I need first? If I have someone who needs energy person will need to sleep less. Sleep less often. Carry capacity is more efficient working. You know what? Let's just go with harvesting, because you need to be harvesting pretty much 24/7. Alright, let's try that. It's not my usual 2 offensive clone job, but it'll be fine. I might just send the researcher to go fight. I just have my harvester sit at the base. But if the researcher's fighting, they can't be researching. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Ragnorium is an early access game that is still being developed, which means that it will evolve while you're playing it. This is why you may experience errors, crashes, unfinished features, and a lack of content across the course of the game. Hold on. Oh, that's the OST. I mean, it was cool, but it kind of just stopped. And then now I'm replaced with this loud engine. Okay, so that OST seemed relatively short, but it was nice when it lasted. Looks like a pretty green area. It looks pretty empty. I take it back, there's a lot of trees. Alright, so I have water here, I don't really need to be that close to it. Is that a bear pit? Okay, I like bear pits because they're a source of fur and food. What if I drop right here? I have a lot of trees around here. That's a pretty flat surface. That looks like a flat surface. I don't know what this is. If I drop here, I have trees, flat surface, water. Violet, where's the dandelion? Let me just click on here just in case. I don't see any dandelion. There has to be some close. Because there's one like around the corner there, I think, but Let's keep an eye out. I see Violet over here. I see what is that? Is that a vehicle? A flying train by the looks of it? What's that at the front? Is that a light? Can we use that later on? I'm guessing we can't. What is that? Some sort of bush. Is that 2 bear pits? Oh, that's helpful. Okay, so I might just drop in that original place. I don't see anything that great around this corner. I see dandelion over there. Just drop there. Shy. Hey, some sound. Why are you so loud? Okay, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Apologies if it was. I forget how to turn off these transmissions. If anyone remembers, if anyone knows how to, can you please let me know? Because they're just annoying. Alright, first things first. Pause the game. Where's our flat surface that we look like we were promised? I mean, that looks relatively flat, doesn't it? Mostly. We have some bush there, so that's awesome. This is a hill. This is one big incline. Okay, so there's the bear pit. Nice. I think is that a little mountain? That's not really a mountain, but I'll take it. Okay, so that's not as flat as I was hoping. The only real issue comes up with if I can build a flat building. If not, I might have to build down here. There's our bear pits over there, dandelion right there. Is that? No, that's not dandelion. Okay, rabbit. I mean, we can build on the beach. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's just start off our first resource zone and we'll see how far we get. Continue. Oh, okay, so got our colony roster. Go up here. What do we have? Increased damage, crit damage. So you harvest faster and build faster, and you should have global bandages. Perfect. Do you? Yes, so we have Captain Candy. Oh, nice. Alright, so we need to figure out who's going to be our researcher. It's probably going to be the captain. So, that researcher, got a portable, quantum computer, pick that up, please. Next off, we have to go select our research. There's only one thing we can research, so Genesis. Our objective is going to be first cut. Awesome. Now we need to establish our construction zones. You are definitely not flat. I want to excuse me. I want a flat surface. You're not flat. You have too many trees. I actually might just have it right here, which is a little bit far away. I don't want to make that construction zone. I mean, if I clear out this, what is this? Oh, hello. Ideally this. I can build these two. Are you relatively flat? You're somewhat flat. Okay, I just hope when I build things, it doesn't, like, the terrain doesn't screw me over with elevation. If it does, I might just have to move down here, which is a bit annoying, but it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be the end of the world. But we'll figure it out. We'll start here. Now that we have our construction zone, let us pick a resource zone. So resources just means you're gonna stockpile resources in that zone, and normally you want to have it outside of your construction zone. So, I mean, there's no benefit to having it there. Let's just put it on this side, because I want to build this direction. So let's put it on this side, over here. Let's put it right here. Awesome. Now we can unpause. Now what we want to do is select some trees to cut down. So let's select the 2 trees close to my resource zone. Let's select you, and select you, and then we want to also select this to harvest. Who are you? No, get off. Where's my where's Candy? Are you Candy?
Commander.
Are you not picking up the you okay? No. Do this. My friend? You are not allowed to research. And neither are you. There we go, much better. Okay, so are you my harvester? Awesome. Go to tasks, I want you to harvest. So this is going to be cutting down trees. Also want you to get leaves, do all the harvesting. And what else is another harvesting task? Those are the two main ones for now. Wooden leaves. So you meant to put this on your back, my friend. So you have some vegetation unlocked. That's just for decorative things. They don't actually give you anything. Like that objective. Next objective you want is wood hoarder. You finally picked up the tree. I mean the computer. Next research you want is campfire basics, isn't it? Yes. Awesome. Can you
Commander.
Can you gather
Commander.
this? Why is no one? Okay, normally I should have made them harvest this first and then clicked on the trees. Because there's a building that I want them to build and they need to get stone to build it. And to get stone you have to actually empty this thing entirely and harvest it. Which they haven't even started, which means that next building is going to be slower than usual.
Commander.
So you, my friend, ignore this, ignore this, ignore this. Who's my lumberjack? Shy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the person who does my damage is the person cutting down my trees. That's not cool. That's fine. Finish this. Objective. Next thing we want to do, we can't do primitive crafting. We can't do campfire, it's going to take too long. Alright. Normally, ideally, this would be finished, and then you can build this thing straight away. So you should be able to do this. Primitive crafting. Prioritize this. So you need 3 wood and 1 stone. And it's going to take us to finish this first. So you need to stop. Can you pick up this wood and start gathering this? You can stop as well, my friend. Awesome. Yeah, food reserves are low, water is low, medical is low. Objectives. So campfire basics is going to be finished soon, so it's going to be faster to do campfire first. So because this needs stone, let's do this. As soon as you're finished, you will unlock the campfire, which is right here. Little flame icon. 20%. Oh, not 20%. Yeah, now where's our stone? Alright, campfire is finished. Next we want to do primitive crafting. And then we actually want to build our campfire. Put it right there. Do this. Start gathering some leaf. Ideally, you want to have a tree close to your resource zone and just never cut this tree down. Because when you're gathering leaf, it puts leaf on the ground and you can just put the leaf from the ground to that resource zone straight away. So now that you're finished, next one, let's go primitive crafting. So primitive crafting is just finishing this little crafting table right here, which we need stone, and there it is. Perfect. Next one we want to do is stick warriors. Stick warriors means you just have to go to your crafting table and make 2 sticks. I make 3 sticks because I want every clone to have a stick. A stick is a weapon that gives them damage. So to check their damage, you can just click on them. And it's going to open their profile window. This little sword here is how much damage they do. If you give them a stick, they do, I think is it +1 damage or +2? I think it's +1.
Commander.
So you're all weak. Normally they do, some of them do 4. That's fine. So 3 damage each. In terms of enemies, these basic enemies that you always fight have 20 health. So if they do 3 damage each, it's going to take 7 hits. If they do 4 damage each, it's only going to take 5. And sometimes extra hits just mean you take less damage, so it's always better to try and get your clones doing as much damage as they can. That train has come back. Alright, so now in terms of gathering, I actually shouldn't be gathering this, I should be gathering this. Bush harvester. Because this has 15 leaf, and you get leaves much quicker from here than you do from this tree. But I'm not really in that much of a rush to gather leaves. It's kind of just a waiting game. The first two drops are relatively slow because you don't have that many clones. But as you play a little bit more, there's some sand over there, some sand over there, violet over there, dandelions right there. I don't see any stone. Or like minerals. Like stone or iron. That's not good. That's really not good. There's no stone whatsoever. Is that what makes this planet difficult? There's a lot of like bear pit, fine sand, bear pit. Okay, that's finished. Is that stone? That's not stone, that's a random thing. Next thing we want is homopathy. Okay, this is an objective that we have to actually run to and complete. And it is relatively close. It's very close. So who's not doing anything majorly important? You're all doing something relatively important.
Yeah.
Let's get elbow. So when it comes to these objectives that you have to run to, generally it's easier just to physically run your clone to it and then complete it. Because if that happens, if there's enemies on the way, you can control your clones and fight the enemy. If you send them to this objective without, like if you do this, see what I said, elbow, if you press play, you actually can't control your clones when it comes to fighting, and sometimes the fighting can get really messy. So my recommendation, clear out the zone first, clear out any enemies you want on the way to that zone, and then once they're there, choose the clones that you want to just select it. Because normally it takes out the automated running, but it's just a lot better because you have to, you'll face a lot less deaths, ideally. We're gonna need that as well, but let's get zones first. So zones, at the moment we only have a few zones available to us. We have resource, maintenance, and emergency. I don't really use emergency zone. It can be useful, but I just don't really see the need. Maintenance zones are important though. So maintenance at 6 o'clock every day. There's a maintenance drop, and pretty much what that means is that, just pause the game for a little bit. No, let me just unpause. I don't need to pause the game. What that means is that if you gather 2 wood into that zone, at 6 o'clock a dropship will come and pick up the wood, and you'll get given a reward. If you don't get the drop, or if you don't get the maintenance fulfilled, your clones actually lose a bit of happiness. So ideally, you always want to be fulfilling your maintenance. It just gets harder. It gets more progressively. You have to give more resources up to a certain point. So it can eat into your resources quite a lot, but it's something I'd recommend you kind of just have to figure out and do. Oops, lack of work, my bad. Can you research again? Hello, my friend. I didn't want you researching at the start because you needed to do stuff, but now that you're finished, let's go back. Oh no, I should be doing this. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, I should have had someone crafting like non-stop. That was dumb. So we can see our 3 sticks right here. Wooden stick, wooden stick, wooden stick. The easier way to see is to go up to your left-hand side. This is your kind of like your resource menu. So this little gear here is your general resources. You see your weapons. This is like your apparel or clothing or armor that you can wear. Medical resources, your food, your water, your farming, and your miscellaneous. So as we can see, we have 3 wooden sticks. So what we want to do is go to profile, equipment, weapon. Equip those weapons to every clone. Also, they don't do that straight away. They actually have to finish their task. If you want them to pick up the wooden stick, you can just cancel their task and it should be their first priority, but for now they're going to be doing these tasks up here. And the objective, next thing we want is flint. Flint normally has enemies, so let's go and check that out. And I jinxed it because there are... What's that sound? Oh, there you are. No, there's enemies. Look, there's 1, I think. I only see 1. I don't have a radar to tell if there's any more, but okay, we'll just have to deal with 1. When it comes to damage, send as many clones as you can to fight, because the more damage they do, the less damage they receive. So you haven't picked up your weapon yet. Cancel task. Up here it should say seek equipment. Awesome. Now we're going to do this objective straight away. Let's take all 3 clones. I might be able to complete the objective without killing you, but I'd rather just kill you now, because I don't want to have enemies like piling up in one area. Plus this person also has a skill capsule on their back, which is something we can use, and they're going to be really important. So because I'm physically controlling my clones, just run back. Let's make sure only 1 person takes damage. Right. So let's try and make sure you get aggroed. Perfect. Right, so let's let the person who takes damage run back to the thing.
Yeah.
So Alba will be the one to complete the task. Alba can start that straight away.
Commander.
Candy can pick this up.
Yeah.
You, my friend, can pick this up. Research zones is finished. Next thing we want to get is homopathy. Homopathy will give us access to bandages, which will be very important very soon. Finish this. Awesome. We got 1 skill damage capsule. Influence obtained. We have 7. We need 1 more objective, then we can call in a drop. So the last objective I always try and do is normally Shrine of Fire. Either Shrine of Fire or Skill Capsule, they're both relatively similar in difficulty, but Shrine of Fire is normally a bit easier. And I don't see any enemies right now.
Yeah.
I don't have... Wait a minute. I just finished zones, so what I should do is set up a toilet zone. Can you guys go to the bathroom in this corner over here? And a sleeping zone. Sleep around the fire. So sleep within range of the fire, sleep right there. Okay, now that you've just finished urinating right next to our resources, it's not the end of the world, but we'll live.
Commander. Yeah.
Okay, we only have 1 set of shoes finished. We have 2.
Yeah.
So shoes are the most important item to build first, because with barefoot they lose 35% energy. And 35% is a big deal. Essentially, what time is it? 11:30. I want to have all these objectives finished by 12. Okay, there's no enemies there. So I can just send you to finish them. Okay, that was easy.
Yeah.
Can you go to this while you're there? You run back, I want you to research. Who is this? Candy.
Commander.
A researcher? Yes, you are. Just research 24/7, please. So what researching does
Commander.
is if you don't have your person actively researching, they do 8 TH speed, which is like your research speed. If you make them actively research, they research a tiny bit faster. And research is the main thing that holds you back in the early game. So at the moment, after you get 8, do not select an objective yet. Actually, no, you can do this if you want to, but ideally you don't really need to. You kind of want to wait till the next set of objectives. What you want to do is just start your launch. So this is where my new technique of trying to get to 10 to 12 clones as quickly as possible, because that's like the critical mass that isn't too much or isn't too little, is kind of my go-to strategy. So what I want to do is get to, if I use 2 level 2 drops, right? Basic cargo drop. I have 3 points left, and this is where I'm going to put my new clones. No augmentation. We have 2 energy people. Learning rate. Okay, I don't really care about learning rate too much. So carry, energy, and was there anyone else I wanted? The person who prevents bleeding could be another person to fight, because external bleeding can like drain your health. If they start bleeding, they just keep losing health until it drops very low. We definitely want one person who's energy based, or like loses energy slower. You know what? Let's just get you. 2 energy people and 1 person to carry. Let's just do that. We don't have as many offensive focus clones or like damage dealing or tank or damage like reduction clones. Mission 2 Blackjack, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's fine. Where's our little zone? There's someone near water. Are we down here? Ugh. I can Nah, that sucks. Silence, Donny, Sprite, and Cargo. You, sir. Can you wake up and do this? It's right next to it. And you, sir. Wake up. So you have mechanical legs. Energy consumption is reduced. Oh, you have double. 30% less energy, and you have... Oh, wow, so it's 55% reduced, if I'm counting correctly. Awesome. So now in terms of what we're going to look at, all we need to do is finish research for homeopathy, and then finish Are you fighting? My friend. Boys, we need to save this. At 12 o'clock, these animals wake up, and so this is just a really unfortunate turn of events that you happen to just run there at that specific moment. Keep running back. All of you fight at once. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. When it comes to damage, one thing I want to add on is you want to have as much damage as you can go onto one person, because it uses a bandage to fix that one person. If you share damage around, so say you have like 6 different people take damage, you're going to use 6 different bandages to fix that event. So say 6 people lose like, I don't know, this much health, like 5 health or something. That uses 6 bandages. But if you have one person lose, say, 20 health, 1 or 2 bandages can fix that one person instead of you just like spreading your damage. So I shouldn't stop everyone like that. That's really stupid. I thought I heard a little rat. Not a rat, monster. So we have someone who's Bushman. Alright, so send them back. So just leave them. What I want to do is get my weapons out and have the people who have weapons do all my fighting first. So now that I have 6 clones, I need to have enough equipment for all my clones. And we're waiting for the research to finish homeopathy. And then we have to finish objectives level 1. So because that's going to take a little bit of time, I'm going to end this episode here. When we come back to the next episode, we'll have both our research finished. Homeopathy and objectives. And then, no, we have homeopathy finished first. And then that'll allow us to do this objective right here, which is bandages. And then once we finish objective level 1, this one right here, we'll be able to start doing a new set of objectives. So where's silence? So now you're my bushman, you harvest bushes faster. Let's have you do this. Let's have you cut the wood. Let's have you shake. Let's have you cut wood. Let's have you skin. Actually, no, we need to be harvesting the our cargo drops, wherever they drop to. Alright, so it's just going to be a whole lot of harvesting and waiting for our equipment to be produced. So we'll see you in the next episode. FoxyL out. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you've learned something new. Drop down a comment below if you actually enjoy playing the game or if you see the game, because I don't really see too many content creators playing Ragnorium, which I think is kind of unfortunate, because the game's definitely getting better since I started playing from, I think it was 6 months ago? Oh, over 6 months ago. So take care, be safe, FoxyL out. I'll see you in the next one.